Hi there, welcome to the Happy Chicken Coop YouTube channel. Thanks for joining us today. We're going to be talking about all you need to know about rooster crowing and why they do it, what's it all about, and why don't they stop. I'm sure we all love that noise all the time. First thing in the morning is when our rooster crows. Before we get into that, please be sure to like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's how we continue to grow our channel so we can put out great content for you all. If you find our content interesting, if you learn something new, share the channel. Also be sure to subscribe to our website using the link in the description, the Happy Chicken Coop. If you subscribe using the link, you'll receive a free ebook on 10 best egg-laying chicken breeds. Without further ado, let's get into it. So the rooster crow, cockle-doodle-doo, is a universally known sound that just about every person knows, whether they want to or don't want to know. Roosters are loud and proud, and they like everyone to know they are in the neighborhood. But the question is, why do they crow? There are several reasons why a rooster may crow, and we'll run through those here, but maybe a rooster crows just because he likes to. We'll talk about in this video the various reasons why roosters crow, crowing etiquette, and more. So, why do roosters crow? Crowing at sunrise. Until relatively recent, it was assumed by many that roosters crow in response to daybreak. In fact, many roosters will crow a couple of hours before daybreak, and no one had really done any research into the matter. In March of 2013, a paper was published by Takashi Yoshimura and Tsuyoshi Shimura that was able to shed some light on those assumptions. They found that roosters actually have a mean internal circadian rhythm clock of 23.8 hours and start to crow at the appointed time. This helps to explain why roosters start to crow slightly before sunrise. The head rooster will lead off in the crowing, followed by his subordinates. As you can imagine, it can get quite noisy if you have more than one rooster. The rooster does also crow in response to daylight, and humans tend to notice this particular time of crowing because we too are just starting to emerge from a deep sleep. We probably find it annoying and we want to go back to sleep for a few hours. Now let's talk about crowing to announce their territory. Those who may not know the ancestry of our beautiful chickens, their forebears came from far eastern countries such as Myanmar, Thailand, India, East Indies, and China. They found most of these birds in the jungle and dense areas of vegetation where they would be difficult to see even by other birds. Crowing can be used to announce it to neighboring fowl that a rooster is in residence, which is his territory, and hens. They likely called back and forth to let other flocks know where they are. Oftentimes, you'll hear them crowing back and forth to each other. Chickens have a superb sense of hearing, so the frequent crowing can give a rooster an idea of the rival flock and rooster are moving away or moving nearer. Their hearing is so acute they can determine where a noise comes from with almost pinpoint accuracy. Making other potential rivals aware of his presence probably avoided a few fights between rival roosters. Although they will fight, they don't really like to. The potential for injury, death, or defeat is great. An injured chicken would be easy prey for a larger predator in the wild. Let's talk about night crowing. Anyone who has a rooster knows they will crow at night too. Why is that? No one knows for sure, but likely the reasons are hearing something outside the coop and alerting everyone to possible danger nearby. Another theory is perhaps a car headlight or another strong light beam disturbed them, alerting everyone of something unusual. Some roosters will crow at certain noises such as car or tractor starting up. They could perhaps be issuing a warning to the potential rival, the car or tractor, to keep away from their area. Let's talk about mating and crowing. Some roosters like to crow after mating. No one likes a tell-all kind of guy, right? It is possibly a crow that means something like "I'm the greatest." It's been theorized that the morning crow ritual is initiated by a morning surge of testosterone in the rooster. Although just a theory at present, this idea may be a good one. A rooster is at his most sexually potent in the morning and early evening. Both times is when crowing is heard more frequently. Some roosters will crow after the hen has laid an egg. While we can't be sure, perhaps this is a way of letting the competition know his hens are fertile, and so is he. So let's get into competition between roosters. Another idea that has floated around for a while is that it's a competition between roosters. This idea has some merit. I have a total of 9 roosters here on the farm. Several are penned away from the main group, so they do not recognize the main roosters as their boss. They will start crowing, and each rooster will take it up until they all crow. The head rooster in the yard will always be the last crow. It's like he has to have the last word. He also makes his round of the rooster pens to try and goad the penned rooster into a fight. Somewhat unfair since they can't hurt him in any way. They just respond with the right moves for settling a score. Whether or not this is common, it's not really known, so it could be an individual rooster's personality trait. Crowing etiquette. If there's more than one rooster in the flock, there's a set of order in which the crowing should go. The head rooster must crow first. After that, the rooster pecking order dictates who will crow next, and so on down the line until they are all done announcing their presence. Any bird that crows out of turn will be firmly put in his place by the head rooster. If the lead rooster is old, sick, or weak, a younger rooster will issue a challenge and a fight will ensue. The winner takes all, the loser may stay with the flock but may be so shamed that he will go off independently. In the wild, flocks of roosters can live together harmoniously as long as a pecking order is observed. These bachelor groups will eventually split up and change as roosters start their own flocks. Anyone who has more than one rooster will tell you that each rooster's crow is different. Each bird has a subtle variation on the crow, and you can pick out which bird is crowing. So how loud is a rooster's crow? There's definitely times when a rooster crows for a particular reason. There are other times when he'll crow for no particular reason, at least to my knowledge. We don't know why. Perhaps it's boredom or just checking the neighborhood for stray roosters or just because he wants to. The crow of a rooster really isn't that loud. In decibels, it's on par with a barking dog, around 90 decibels. I also have a dog, so I know which one I prefer. And it's not my dog constantly barking. Roosters will crow, no doubt about it. There's no such thing as a crowless rooster, but they do get a bad deal when folks say how noisy they are. It's just not as bad as they are exaggerating it to be. The source of irritation is probably the fact that they like to crow early in the morning. If you aren't a morning person, it cannot be enjoyable. For more details on rooster crows, we will link to another article on how loud rooster crows can be. So in summary, there you have it. Lots of thoughts on why roosters crow. Some are proven, others are good, and some need further investigation. The thread running through this video is communication. A rooster cannot sing like a bird, so the crow is his form of communication to a large audience. Crowing sounds can be slightly different in the morning from afternoon and evening. He uses it as a tool to do many things. He announces the day, guards his territory, gathers the flock, and reacts to a threat. Thanks for joining us today. If you like our content, if you learned something new, please be sure to share the channel and subscribe to the channel. That's how we continue to grow our following, so we can continue to put out great content for you all. With that, I hope you have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.